Hi, welcome back to Half of Heidi, or welcome to my channel in general if this is the first time you've dropped by. Today is 19 weeks post-op for me. I didn't get a chance to record last week and I can't even remember why now. Oh, I know why. I was in a training course during the day and I was just absolutely tired by the Tuesday night, and then the next day Matt and I did a live stream on the Food Inspiration for Losers Facebook page, and by then it was just starting to get later and later in the week, and I just thought I would not do a video. Anyway, okay, so let me get through my stats. So my highest weight was 191.7 kilograms, which is 422.6 pounds. My surgery weight was 179.9 kilograms, which is 396.6 pounds. Last week, at 18 weeks, I weighed in at 134.7 kilograms, which is 296.9 pounds. So that week, I'd actually lost 1.3 kilograms, which is 2.9 pounds. So I'm just reporting that because I didn't make a video for 18 weeks. This week, so today, I weighed 133 kilograms, which is 293.2 pounds. So that's 9 weeks post-op. So this last week I've lost 1.7 kilograms, which is 3.7 pounds. Since the op, which was on the 8th of November 2016, I've lost 46.9 kilograms, which is 103.4 pounds. Which, like I said, is 19 weeks. But I did a 4-week pre-op diet. So in the full 23 weeks that I've been on dieting, I've lost 58.7 kilograms, which is 129.4 pounds. There's 33 weeks to go in my year-long journey. Not that my journey is going to end at the 1 year mark, but in terms of this channel and I guess documenting it from a 12-month perspective. But anyway, there's 33 weeks left to go. I wanted to get down to 88 kilograms by November. I think it's November 7th or something marks the actual 1 year or something this year. And yeah, so I've got 45 kilograms to lose over the next 33 weeks to get to that goal. And 45 kilograms is 99 pounds, in case anybody wants to know, which means I need to average about 1.4 kilograms or 3 pounds per week for the next 33 weeks. And if I look at my stats over the last couple of weeks, they're averaging around that. Like I went 1.1, 1.3, but then I did 1.7, so that the 3 weeks averaged out to 1.4. So definitely I have to look at it as an average, because there's going to be weeks where I don't lose much at all, and then there's going to be other weeks where perhaps I have a bit of a increased weight loss. And then ultimately I also have to continue to remind myself that I may not get to 88 kilograms by my 1 year surgiversary, and that's okay. That is totally fine. That's just my journey, and that's what my experience is going to be like. And the fact that I'm 133 kilograms now and I'm fitting into size 18, 20 and 22 clothes, depending on what it is, or the brand, I'm really happy. Everything from here is truly a bonus, and I know I've said that in another video, but it really is truly just a bonus. I feel really good. Having said that though, I did spend a lot of time on the weekend looking at clothes online and found so many nice work clothes, like lots of these really nice pencil dresses that I think I owned one when I first started working in the corporate world that I loved, and I would never feel comfortable wearing one ever again. But anyway, I found a whole heap of them. I'm like, yes, I want to get down to a size where I feel comfortable wearing that, or confident wearing that is probably more what I mean than comfortable, because I'm comfortable to wear it now, but I'm probably not quite confident yet. Anyway, so food-wise, I'm still going through a bit of a don't care much about food phase. I'm eating like pretty repetitive foods. So it's not uncommon for me to have a coffee when I wake up. A bit later I might have like a Baby Bell cheese or 2 Rivitas. Rivitas, that's not what they're called. Vita Wheat with Vegemite and Laughing Cow cheese. Or, yeah, probably that's pretty standard at the moment. I'll usually have another coffee a bit later in the day and maybe some beef jerky or a soup. I've been having these wonton soups by this brand called Heart and Soul. Really yummy. They also make a pho, and I hope I pronounced that properly because I'm embarrassing. And yeah, it's really, really good, and it has something ridiculous like only 32 calories in it or something, and I'm just like, but it's really good. It really satisfies when you feel like, not that I feel like eating that much anymore, but you know what I mean. And then dinner, it's just whatever we're having, I guess. Yeah, I don't know, I'm just not into food at the moment, as you can tell. Exercise, oh my god, non-existent. I've been just focused on other things, probably mental health and my relationship with Matt. That's probably been my 2 biggest focuses at the moment. And I'm not upset about that because, again, I'm still losing weight. I just don't want to lose any fitness that I managed to build up while I was actually doing some exercise. So I will maybe give myself the rest of this month to just some breathing room to sort my mental health out and my relationship stuff out. Well, I'll keep working on the relationship stuff, but anyway, and the mental health stuff. Actually, what am I talking about? It's not like I'm going to stop working on it after the end of the month. I guess I just mean in terms of before I go and try to set any really specific or targeted exercise goals. I think that's what I mean. Sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I can't remember if I mentioned this in any of my previous videos, but along with the mood swings that I've been having, like I get really bad PMS, and I've also noticed in the last couple of weeks that I've been getting some dark chairs. That was a combination of chin hairs, a couple of dark chin hairs, where I haven't had any before. And so I went to my GP and he sent me for a blood test to do a full suite of hormone tests basically, and how is everything. And the short answer is everything was fine. Everything was within the normal range. So estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, I can't speak today, we're all within the normal range, for me, for my age and everything. My prolactin was a little bit high, but then the medication I'm on can cause your prolactin levels to increase. So that wasn't anything that they were really concerned about. They did say, though, that they can't rule out PCOS at this point. So I have now got a referral to go get an ultrasound to see if I happen to have PCOS. But I don't have a lot of PCOS symptoms that seem to be quite common. Like my periods are regular, like clockwork. So yeah, other than having some chin hairs, I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I'm not sure what else is leading her down that path of thinking maybe PCOS. But either way, I'm actually happy to go get tested for it because I definitely would like to, know if we're going to rule it in or out, and especially when it comes to a fertility perspective, and whether Matt and I want to start a family. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is actually something that my good friend Bree, hi Bree, in another of the Facebook groups, the many, many Facebook groups, had commented about reaching goal weight, and how, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not going to be able to quote Bree, but how there was a short-lived celebration followed by a feeling of, I guess, emptiness and what now or what next. And it really reminded me of something that my brother actually had said to me while I was at university, where he was saying, by the way, when you finish studying, right now you're going to be expecting to have like this massive celebration and you're going to feel amazing, but it's really short-lived and it's actually an anticlimax. I wanted you to be prepared for it because I went through it. And I thought that was really interesting at the time, and he was absolutely right. So I got to the end of my degree and it was just like, goal achieved. I've just been working on this for 3 years. What now? Like, now I've just got to go get a job. Like, it was just like we constantly move the goalpost in terms of what we think is going to make us happy. And I think part of thinking and feeling this way is that we also have unrealistic expectations for how long we think we're going to feel happy or how long we're going to celebrate achievement. It's really interesting, and so I went and did some research because that's what I do. And there's a couple of different terms for this phenomenon, human behavior. One of them is called summit syndrome, and it's often researched in the business world, is what I found from what I was looking at in terms of people who set goals within the workplace, and whether that's, getting a promotion or finishing off a really, significant project or whatever it is, getting a pay rise, blah, 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 changing organizations. And it was really interesting to see that the people that felt the most empty and a bit what now, whenever they did achieve these outcomes, was actually overachievers, which I found interesting. But the reality was, it was actually really common, that this is actually natural human behavior or instinct or whatever you want to call it, to go set a goal, achieve the goal, but it just not feel as good or amazing as you thought it would. And I found it so fascinating. And I mean, the research and what I was reading was not great in terms of its advice, in terms of, so what do I do then? Like, how do I get around it? Other than saying, don't set your expectations to be that when you achieve that goal, you're going to feel freaking amazing and that feeling is going to last. It's like a drug. I hate to use that analogy, but it's like an illicit drug. You're going to get a short-term buzz from it, and the buzz is going to die off and you're going to be craving the next high. And oftentimes that's why people just continue to push themselves to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, is because they're constantly chasing that short-term high that they think the next time won't necessarily be short-term. So it made me really think about how to apply that to the weight loss community, and how we can think about getting to goals and ultimate goals. So I don't mean like mini goals. So I don't... Sorry, that was really funny. That top fell down. That was really funny. And I don't mean getting to mini goals. I don't mean like setting a weight loss goal of I'm going to lose 50 kilos and celebrating 25, because you've still got 25 to go. There's still something left to strive for. It's more about reaching ultimate goals and actually achieving that final summit. So I thought about it, and I thought, okay, so as I'm approaching my ultimate goal, when I get there, when I get towards my ultimate goal, I think that means I'm going to have pre-prepared what my next goal is going to be. And it may not be weight related. It could be learning a new skill, or traveling, or starting a family. But I think it's about having that next thing in mind and ready to go, so that you don't get to the very short-lived excitement of completing that goal. So yeah, I just found it really interesting. Anyway, this is absolutely not going to be the one and only time I talk about this, because I feel like I have so much more research to do in this space to understand not what happens, because I think I understand that. But like I said, I'm not seeing a heap of information out there about how to avoid that feeling of being empty, other than go set yourself another goal. I just had a controversial thought, well, don't set goals and then you'll never be disappointed. You'll never feel empty. That's not true, because I'm pretty sure I have tried doing that personally and it didn't work. I just got very, very large. I just ate a lot. So I don't know. Maybe another dimension is that we, again, put too much emphasis on we think we'll be happy when ... I'll be happy then. And when we realise actually that's not what that's not what brings happiness. It's your relationships with other people and your quality of life and all those sorts of things that contribute to happiness. And actually, you know what? I read this really good book. It was called So You Want to Be Happy. I can't remember who wrote it, sorry, just because I'm just thinking about this off the top of my head. And it taught me an extremely valuable lesson. This was when I was really starting to come to terms with having depression and bipolar. And it was saying how the first thing that me as the reader had to do was lower my expectations in how often I was going to feel happy, because by the definition of happiness, and it's joy, right? It's a response to something really good, but that doesn't mean that all the other time in your life things are really bad. There's actually this really big chunk in the middle where everything's just within the normal range of life. And it's not that you're bouncing off the walls with glee, but you're also not depressed about it. So, and I think this is where the gratitude movement sort of really kicked off, and, things that you're grateful for, basically. And they may not necessarily be things that made you happy all the time, because that aspiration is really unrealistic. But it's about appreciating those times in between. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I found that really, really interesting in terms of setting. Yeah, everybody has to set, a better expectation around how often they think they're going to be, quote unquote, happy. Random thought for the day. Anyway, I hope that my camera falling over didn't completely destroy this video. I wonder if I pulled a funny face. Okay, so I don't really have anything else to add for this week. I hope you're all doing really well. If you have any questions for me or comments, please leave me a note. I do love hearing from you guys. And I'll see you hopefully next week, but in my next video. Okay, Bye, guys.